What's up, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. And in this video I'm going to show you the best baits that I personally like to throw while fishing from the bank. I've always caught so many bass with these exact same lures I'm about to show you. Take a look. Alright guys, so here's the layout of my top favorite baits that I like to throw while fishing from the bank. The first one I'm going to talk about is this thing. This soft plastic worm. It is 12 inches long. It even tells you on the little tail right there, 12 inches. And the hook that I like to use, now this thing is like really small for this bait, but this is actually the biggest hook I have. It's a 4/0, and you just hook it pretty much just like that. And I love to use Texas rigs on these things. I've caught so many bass off this same exact worm using Texas rigs on that exact same hook, actually. Now, the second one I want to talk about is if they aren't biting the big worm, I like to throw a little bit something a little bit smaller. Now, this is actually a 5.5 inch worm, and it's a bit brighter. The tail is like a bright pink, and it's a lot shorter. It's got blue sparkles in it, and this one's just a plain blackberry. And I like to use the same hook for this. Just hook it just like that on a Texas rig. And a Texas rig, just in case you don't know, is just a hook. You hook it just like that, and you put a slip weight on the end of your line, and you just hop it along the bank. For both of these, actually. Now, the second one I want to talk about are these things. These things are so good for pond fishing that I can't even describe the words on how good these things work. And the hook I like to put on these is just these little 3/0 hooks. Now, you can rig these Senkos two different ways. You can do a Texas rig, which is you can use this hook for a Texas rig just like that, or my personal favorite is a wacky rig where you just hook it straight through the middle just like that, and you don't need like a crazy design. Well, it's not really crazy, but just this type of design made to make the worm slide up on that. All you gotta do is just hook it through the bottom just like that. Pretty much this is a worm hook, so that's just my favorite hooks to use while wacky rigging Senkos. And the fourth bait that I'm gonna talk about is just something like this, little crankbait. Every now and then I'll throw this, but I really don't like to throw any baits with treble hooks that much, because what I meant with that is to throw those kind of baits in a pond, because it'd be a lot easier to snag a limb and you can't go out on a boat to go get it. But yeah, I love using these things. It sometimes works in ponds, but most of the time I just have luck on worms and jigs, which is the fifth bait. If you don't catch anything off this thing, I'll be like really surprised, because I always have luck with jigs. I don't know what it is, they just absolutely love jigs. And I just work it the exact same with these. I just hop it off the bottom, and they work fantastic. The sixth bait I want to talk about, just some frogs, some ribbit frogs. These things right here. These things work amazing if you have like a bunch of weeds or grass on top of the water. You can just hook it with this hook like this, and just kind of hook it just like that right there. And that is like the best way I like to hook them, and they work amazing. I mean, I catch so many fish off these things in ponds. Even if you don't even have any like twigs, I like to throw these things along the bank, and they destroy them. That's a really good bait. Now, the last one I want to talk about, a massive swim bait. This thing is 7.5 inches long, and I actually hardly ever throw these things in ponds, but whenever I do, I usually catch monster bass. I mean, I'm talking like from the 8 to 12 pound range using this exact same bait. As you can tell, it actually has a little bit of, oh shoot, dropped it. It actually has a little bit of wear on the front, just like that, from where bass have hit this thing so hard. And I really don't throw this bait that much, because it's really hard to catch a bass off that in a pond. But whenever you do catch one, it's going to be a monster. So yeah, those baits, guys, are my top personal favorite baits to throw in ponds or just fishing from the bank. So if you're gonna go out on a boat, I'd still throw these, and definitely I'll probably throw this. Every now and then I'll throw a jig from a boat, but not really. I don't really throw frogs from a boat. This is just me, but I will throw this thing on a boat because this thing sinks pretty fast, and the deeper the water is, the better for this. So yeah, that is my favorite baits to throw. Hope you guys enjoyed. If that really does actually help you with fishing, please let me know in the comments below. It'd make me really happy knowing that I actually tell you guys something about some fishing tips. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button, the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content. In the next video will be me fishing probably in the same pond where I fished my first video. Filmed my first video. Can't talk to you guys. And yeah, actually, let me tell you the price range of all these. This one ranges around $5. This one's about $3. Senkos, they're about $3 at Walmart. These little hooks, they're like $1. This is about $4. This is about $4. These were $2.99 actually, and this range to be $20. So these things aren't cheap. So that's why I don't really like throwing these. Well, not only because it's a harder chance of you catching a fish, but if you get snagged and you just wasted $20. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.